And so then another thing, just to show you real quick, which was strange, with insurance, there's a term called indemnity, which essentially states that when there is a peril, they will bring you up to your current value, but typically they're not going to upgrade, what you had. So these estimates call for the same package that was on a roof, even though we make all of these upgrades and put on, everything that a roof could and should be today, what you would expect. For some reason, in the estimate, they had a line item that called for metal in the valleys. I don't know why, because there was no metal in the valleys. I think the person who came out here to assess the damage peeled it up and saw some type of thin metal and just assumed it was metal throughout the valley. Since it's there, then they include it in the estimate, but it's not a code upgrade requirement. Since it was on the estimate, it's going down. Now, you guys remember I showed you the ice and water. You can see it on this side first, all that ice and water, and then metal's going on top, and then they're going to take ice and water and put it on each side. So it's like, an underlayment and then overlapping the side so nothing can get under here. There's a 0 chance that any water will ever come into this home. All of that extra underlayment and metal in combination with the proper valley installation technique that I showed you, running the lower plane first up the higher plane, underlapping the higher plane, and then overlapping that lower plane with the higher plane, water wouldn't even get back there if there was nothing there. But in this case, we have tons of ice and water barrier, thin metal, and then we're going to have, the best asphalt shingle that money can buy. So I just wanted to show you guys that the metal is going into the valley. There's really no way for me to substantiate that it actually happened if I don't take this video. So just so you all can see, metal going into the valleys. And then you can see that Luis is down there, right? Cutting that ice and water barrier in half, because we have ice and water underlapping it as an underlayment, and then metal on top, and then he's going to take those pieces that he is rolling up in half, right, and run one down one side and one down the other. It kind of like locks it in from bottom and then top. Valleys will be bulletproof. Somebody could take a fire hose and hook it to a hydrant and literally put it on full blast into that valley, and you wouldn't get a drip inside the house.